Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool unit. This is when you get a telephone call, this is an alert system, and so basically it's a visual light alert for when you get an incoming call, and this is the initial checkout of it. Now, this was purchased by us for a customer of ours who needed a visual light alert. And what's really neat about this one is it's made by Wheelock, which is a very good brand and manufacturer. It plugs into the wall, and then at the end it plugs into a telephone line, and then you have a visual strobe. So when you get a call, it flashes off a strobe, and you have phone on the side of the dome, the front, and the other side. And basically what we've done here is this was purchased off of one of the larger or largest auction houses that you can bid on items. And as suspected, because we've been through this a time or two, generally people don't get rid of things that work. And so although the description of this unit sounded like it worked and gave the impression that this unit worked, when we received it, we pretty much expected that it would not work. And when we connected it up, it did not work. So basically, since this is a sealed unit, and this is the initial checkout, we're kind of going to show you a little bit of what we got going on here. The reason why you see the tweezers here, and I'm going to take them off now, is because we were in the middle of epoxying this unit back together again, and we had to epoxy the board to the back cover and put some screws in, because all they had to get into this unit there was no way to get in it. We had to cut it all the way around and cut it open. Not uncommon in our line of business. Work on phones all day long and telephone equipment, and it's not uncommon that we come across electronics that we have to cut open that are in a sealed box. And so what you see here is our epoxy that we put in, because these were standoffs, and then they went through the board, and that's all they did. So to get the board off, we basically had to drill them out. And so we filled them with epoxy and then put screws to hold the board down. So that's all dried now, and it's secure. So our next step is to go ahead and epoxy the unit back together again. But I want to show you this board. It did not work. We had to troubleshoot it, and this is the board if you've never seen the inside of this type of a unit. There's quite a bit of electronics to it. You have your high intensity bulb, and then your high voltage setup for the bulb to rack off when it strobes. So basically we have a strobe light circuitry that's tied in with receiving a ring cycle or a telephone call, and then that starts racking off the bulb. And that kind of gives you a look at it. These are very cool units. It's hard to find these decent ones, and this is a very nice unit. Yes, it did not work when we received it like we expected, most likely. We've been through this a time or two, like I said earlier. But to find a decent one of this size and to be wall voltage fed is a plus. A lot of them are fed by telephone line only, and some are plug in to the wall and receive their voltage from the wall current, but they don't look this nice, and they certainly usually don't have all the emblems on it for phone, and it just depends. I mean, there's some nice ones out there, but they're hard to come by, and they're far and few between. So basically, this was a very nice unit for our customer, so we wanted to get it and take a chance, and if it needed to be repaired, we knew that we would have to repair it. So now that the unit has been repaired, I want to go ahead and I want to plug this unit in. I'll turn our analyzer on, and we'll do a test before we put this unit back together again. We'll go ahead and plug the unit in. We also want to plug it in at the line. We'll snap that into place. Now, the reason why they seal these units is because there's an awful lot of voltage in these, and so they really don't want you to get shocked. So a ring cycle has just went by. Another ring cycle is ready to go. I'll let that go one more time. A ring cycle will come up. So what we want to do now, I'll let it go one more time. I'll stop the ring cycle. So now what we want to do is we want to epoxy everything. I want to go ahead and unplug the power and get that out of the way. Now this will still have a charge in it, so there's probably a strobe or two left unless the bleed down circuit takes care of that, and that would certainly take care of that in a few minutes. But at this point it's probably still hot, and we want to be careful around that because that can reach out and touch you. So we want to go ahead and put the unit back together again. And like earlier in the video, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to epoxy this unit back together again. And once we do that, it should seal up pretty nicely. And you can also hang this on the wall, as you can see. And these are very nice units. Or it can sit on the table. So it makes for a very nice visual telephone call alert. We're going to take a short break. We're going to go ahead and epoxy it back together again, and then we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of video on it as a final test when it's finished up. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with this visual light alert indicator. And so basically what happens is this light strobes, like we said earlier and showed earlier in the video, but now we have epoxied the body together and we are finished up with it. So we're going to go ahead and ring this unit and with the analyzer and go ahead and do our final test. So we're just going to go ahead and ring it. That's pretty cool. We'll let it go by one more time. We'll do it from a couple of different angles. And we'll set it down because this could be sitting on a table also. So this unit is finished up, and we'll go ahead and stop the ring. And so now what probably would have been thrown away has been repaired. And it's a very cool piece of equipment for a visual light indicator when you need a visual effect when the telephone is ringing. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.